work is currently underway restoring this first set of steps. I am continuing my hunt for what I hope is a second set of steps that look similar to this one, further up the hillside, behind this, what looks like a blocked up doorway that I found. A few people have asked me why I'm not taking the most direct route to try and find these set of steps by just breaking through this doorway. I suppose the main reason is because I think that's quite high risk. Although I'm optimistic that there's a set of steps behind here, it's possible it was taken away completely. If I break through this and there's just mud and roots and I've just taken apart the roadside wall for no reason, which then would take me time and money and hassle to put it back together again. And also I'm slightly concerned about the structural integrity of the rest of this wall if I take out this middle section. I could put in bracing and boarding and so on, which is what Mike from Franklin, Tennessee suggested. Shout out to Mike. But I am going to take the second most direct route, which is to start from above. So if I show you from the sky, here is the first set of steps. And if you go up and along and up the hillside, so I've cut through all this vegetation here, and then the piece of timber you can see should show, assuming the other set of steps is straight, which is no reason it wouldn't be, that would then show the path of the other set of steps. If I just assume that the other set of steps is a similar size to this one, similar total length and similar pitch, similar gradient, all I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the distance from the roadside wall to the top step here, 270 centimeters, and then replicate that on the piece of wood over there. That should then hopefully give me the location of the top step. So 270 is about here. First find of the day, not from digging, but in the undergrowth here, what looks like an old set of kitchen scales, I think it is. And then here, I think this has been here since I was a kid. I used to pretend to make sort of potions and things, and we're bringing this up here. Made in Sweden. But if my mum or dad are watching and they're wondering what happened to the kitchen scales in 1997 or wherever it might have been, then they've been here the whole time. Comment below if you'd like it back. For the actual digging, I've just succeeded in digging myself a little foxhole here in case we ever get invaded. I've pulled quite a bit of stone out of here that's definitely come from a structure of some kind. They're quite big pieces that clearly have bits of mortar on them. So they've definitely come from a wall, but whether they currently are making a structure, forming part of a structure in here is another question. I don't think they are. But there has to be something here because if I show you the lay of the land, so that's the natural lay of the land, the natural slope of the bank, as you can see there. As what you would expect it to be, really. And then there's the ground level of building 1. And then this bit here, I don't know how easy it is to pick up on camera. There are all these divots and mounds, and it looks very artificial, as though something has altered this. But then it's not necessarily walls, it could just be bits that have fallen off the wall. So it's just piles of rubble and stone, potentially. There's some sort of metal box here in the ground. Anyone know what that is? Some sort of structural bracket for a building, maybe. It's pretty chunky though. Probably the biggest piece of metal I've found. Finally found something, so no steps. And this first mound I started digging in just turned out to be, I think it's just a pile of stones really, this sort of lip. But the second artificial mound is most definitely part of a wall. That is a wall face. You see here, either side of a wall. And I guess we'll go up through here and meet up with the building there. But it's not quite in line with this wall, but it might end up joining into this one somewhere. I mean, I wasn't expecting to find anything here at all. This doesn't come up on any drawings or anything on the map. I have no idea what it's doing here really. And it seems like the mound, it's the same width as this, continues into the undergrowth and goes all the way to the roadside. Anyway, I finally found something to dig up, so I'm going to return to this another day. Casualty in the workplace. That's what a year and a half of hard digging does to a pair of work boots. Fortunately, I've been sent a couple of new pairs, 2 new pairs by a company called Larn Work, who makes safety shoes and boots, and have kindly sent me a couple of pairs to try out. Styled with my Christmas socks today. This pair's called the Mont Blanc, and they seem pretty well made, to be honest. Quite solid construction. They've got steel toe caps, as you would expect for any kind of work shoe, work boot, and they've got quite a chunky tread. I think is one of the main advantages compared to my previous pair, a much chunkier sole, which is good for anti-slip properties, which is very useful for me in this natural obstacle course that I work in, and also the hobbit-sized stairs that are down there. They've also got some puncture resistance on the sole and the midsole. I mean, only time will tell how durable they are, and the only true test is using them for months on end, see how well they fare compared to my previous pair. But they do seem well made and they are comfy, and I think they look pretty good actually. Yeah, so this pair's called the Mont Blanc. I have been sent another pair, but if you want one, then check out the link in the description. I think at the time of recording they were $68 in the US with free shipping. And they seem pretty decent overall. And this is the other pair I was sent. Similar features to the first one, steel toe cap, etc. Just different styling really. These are called the Longy or Long Y. Again, link in the description. I've now dug out more of the wall in both directions and it definitely continues. But once again, progress stalled by roots here. And I've been putting off getting rid of the tree for ages, but it's going to have to come out because it's getting in the way of every single next stage of the project here. Because I want to dig out the whole of the front elevation of this building here. Because I'm assuming that this wall is going to meet up and marry up, I suppose, with this wall here somewhere. And then on the other side of the tree, the roots are getting in the way of the path I want to cut through here to rebuild and finish off the steps. There are 2 big roots there, and I'm sure more under the ground. So the tree's got to come out so I can dig a bit deeper here, well, a lot deeper in fact, and dig through there. And the wall has the same kind of lime render or plaster on this side of it. And why it's here, I don't really know. I suppose it may be, if it is a continuation of the wall over here, then it's possible then the second building, which is much larger than is shown on any of the drawings, and then that final building in the row, the one I dug out in full, which is a smaller outbuilding that was tacked on later on. And this one might extend all the way basically to the roadside. Turns out the best strategy for digging is just to have no strategy at all and just to dig wherever really. Dig randomly in different spots and see what you find. So the steps didn't work out, can't find anything there. I don't think they are there, they must have been taken away. Although eventually I will dig out the whole of the front elevation of the building, so I may discover more if there's a final end to them. But for the time being, at least I've discovered something new that I had no idea was here, didn't expect to be here. And that digging out of this will continue once I've taken the tree down. So thanks again for watching and see you next time. Cheers, bye.